today for a AI demo day. So we brought in the masterminds in 2025. Now I've finished all these big projects such as writing the 50/50 book and also becoming a dad. So we've just finished the day now, which has been absolutely class. So we've got day 2. So what I tend to do at the moment is I'll have my mastermind on a Wednesday, which is all going to be like BTS filming alongside seeing all the clients and all that type of stuff. And then when it comes to a Thursday, we have like a full filming day. Yes guys, so how are we doing? So we are in today for a AI demo day. So we brought in the masterminds in 2025. Now I've finished all these big projects such as writing the 50/50 book and also becoming a dad and rebuilding my entire program around AI. So we've also got the AI powered smart scaling system. So today is a mastermind with people who are going to join on Zoom, and then a few people who can come into the actual office to get a bit of like in-person connection and community rather than just me being sat with my pink headphones on all the time. So the concept of today basically is going to be focusing on demo videos. So we've got over 45 different demo videos we'll be covering. So down to content production systems, email marketing, copywriting, personal brand production, sales, lead magnet assets, building offers, you name it. Like the depth that AI goes to is absolutely infinite. So I'll do a run through on what we're going to be covering in a second, a step-by-step process just so you can see the depth that it goes to, and we'll just give you an overview of what's actually happening on the day. Right, so I'm just going to quickly rinse through the depth of what this stuff goes to. And remember, what I'm going to flick through here is 0.01 trillion billion% of its actual potential. And the more that you go into it, the more depth that it has. So despite the AI, we're going to be covering what belief systems holding people back, because in my opinion, in my experience, it's never a business problem. It's always a personal problem. We're then going to be looking at major problems people are experiencing and also what AI can actually do for them. Setting up the actual projects for all the different outputs that you can use it for. We've also got the ability in terms of how you can extract YouTube transcripts to actually train AI to speak exactly like you. Looking at social media ideas, looking at 30-day email marketing subjects, looking at how you can produce different scripts and stuff for carousels and reels and YouTubes. When I look at my business at the moment, I would say that I use AI for 90% of every single thing that I do inside my company now. Since I moved into AI, it has been completely and utterly the most life-changing experience I've ever had personally, not only for myself in terms of wanting to get more stuff done and wanting to be productive, but also having more free time to spend with my daughter, to spend with my wife, and basically actually put more time into my own team, for example, and more time into actual community. So, I think so anyway. Busy room, busy on Zoom as well. So that is the first 2 hours done, where we've pretty much gone over everything to do with training Claude up. So in terms of project knowledge, project instructions, different projects, how to prompt, how to generate visual assets, like absolutely everything. The functionality of Claude is absolutely ridiculous. Getting together with people. I've spent so many weeks, months and years on my own with my headphones on, working and building stuff, whereas now with the company we're in a situation where we've got everything, we've got the product, we've got the program, we've got the absolute lot. So the main focus for me at the moment is community connection, doing these masterminds every single month, looking at meeting up with more clients. I obviously do all my live calls as normal, but I'm pretty much like the most invested in terms of the amount of time that I have into actual client support with both the group program, the Propel program and my one-to-one. So absolutely loving it. It's been a rough few months, but this is the type of stuff that I love the most, just completely getting in the mix with people, showing them all these new systems, showing them all this AI stuff and solving problems.
You have to cram in.
So we've just finished the day now, which has been absolutely class. So that was like an introduction. So obviously I've built out my entire program around AI, which is like pretty much, there's only one manual task in the entire thing that you need to do in a business. Everything else is done with like proprietary Go prompts, what I've like formatted for everyone already. Rob put a pretty cool question forwards, and it basically said, if you had an unlimited amount of cash flow, where would you spend your money? And I was like, it was quite a good question, because I was like, I'd only spend it in 2 areas. If I had an unlimited amount of cash flow, I'd put 50% of it into top of funnel traffic. So I'd just pay for as much traffic coming into my funnels and into my system and into everything that I'm doing with paid media and everything else on that front. And then the next 50% of it would be just building out a world-class AI team to be discovering, figuring out, building and integrating these tools. And if I want to look at anything that I'd probably spend money on now, then it'd come down to those two things. I'd pay for more traffic and I'd pay for more AI. I would not spend money on pretty much anything else when it comes to my own business. So just a little bit of an insight for you where I would put in cash and where you probably need to as well. Right, so we've got day 2. So what I tend to do at the moment is I'll have my mastermind on a Wednesday, which is all going to be like BTS filming alongside seeing all the clients and all that type of stuff. And then when it comes to a Thursday, we have like a full filming day. So it's just a way that I like to run my personal brand. Like, I'm not a big fan of like having to film and take pictures and stuff every single day, so I basically organise in a sense where I am getting a certain amount of BTS per week, a certain amount of images per week, but then I'll have Amy and Carl who come in for 2 days per month to basically rinse through everything that we need. So we'll get all of us YouTubes done today, we'll get all of us talking reels, and then after that we'll basically be looking at what type of BTS and videos and stuff that we can put in place. And for example, like as an overview for how I run my socials at the moment, it'd be 50% documentation, so documentation based on what I'm doing, who I'm working with, type of results that we're getting, type of things that I'm doing in my life, because that's working really well on social media at the moment. And I actually love that, by the way. I absolutely love it, because it's not really as much about this top tips or crazy transitions and all that. Like, people are wanting to find out more about people's actual personal brands, and I really like that. And then 50% part of it is where I'll actually basically look at processing and automating all of our sales calls and discovery calls to then turn that into actual content. So rather than just guessing what people are in essence needing help with and what pain they're going through, I'll basically automate that into my actual content, so I'll overlay it onto my documentation style personal brand stuff, and it's been working really well at the moment. So just a little bit of a insight in terms of how we're running a personal brand, because at the moment we have like 4 YouTubes a month. We're going to be looking to do a video log per week and a high resolution image as well. And then on top of that, we've got like LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook. And this is what you need to do, guys. Like, you need to be cross-posting, you need to be hitting as much volume as possible, you need to be, in essence, just really going in, right? I always say that 2 things: you need to be going all in on AI and all in on your personal brand. And when I spoke about this yesterday at the mastermind to someone, I said if I had an infinite amount of money, I'd spend 50% on AI, 50% on top of funnel, and part of that would be obviously content production with that as well. So we're at Starbucks now to get some videos. We got some people looking at me really weird. So I could even like be outside BMQ. I'm not buying anything in there. By the way, I'm fucking useless at DIY. Just come out BMQ buying Stacey some tools. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
So you'll never be a top performer if you can't handle a bit of imposter syndrome. So I thought that was quite a good.
Oh, that's a good one to tag onto that. Yeah, because I'm not going to claim I can do fucking DIY. I'm shit at it.
Yes. So that one, and I thought this last one, maybe we could just do it as a vloggy style, where you maybe just. I was going to get you to just vlog it yourself in here, but if you want to do it maybe just like getting into your car or whatever and just being a little bit more chilled, then we could do that, couldn't we?
I could do that I could do that from, I could do that with Defender in background, and I'm like, I said, right, I'm from base, I'm off base green, I'm off a fucking council estate. I had undiagnosed ADHD and ASD for 29 years of my fucking life. I've struggled with my mental health since I was 12 years old, but I just didn't get any other choice.
I think that's perfect.
Do you know what I mean?
That's perfect, and that's all we've got. We've got 5 here, and then we must have 7 at home or somewhere else.
This is imposter syndrome.
So yeah, so it's basically like. Well, these are the notes that you had. Basically, you have to be in discomfort to kind of break through the cycle.
Yeah, that sound. Right, coming into the back end now, and a little bit more advice for personal media production. So this year I've tested loads of stuff with AI because I just wanted to basically maximize it and see what it can possibly do. So my social media has been like a bit of a split test on a month-to-month basis by just using like sat talking reels with scripts alone, then looking at high resolution production. And what I've basically kind of found is AI is absolutely incredible for the input. So the input with sales call transcripts, human knowledge, curiosity bridging, emotional triggering, and everything that I basically show people and training it on, alongside speaking in your tonality and everything else. But remember, AI will only give you the input, and when it comes to the output, you need to focus on much variety as humanly possible. So started at Starbucks, done some stuff outside B&Q, gone to my kitchen at home, we're now in the office. So when you're looking at your social media channel, it's going to look a little bit different, because what you'll find is if you've got a lot of the same style videos going out all the time, unless it's just absolutely smashing it, you need to keep that variety going. You need to find what people are liking and keep it interesting, because regardless of how good the topic is, the value, the advice that you're giving, and basically the script that you've got, it will always be dependent on the actual output, and that's going to come down to the creative, and that is what we're doing now. So literally I've just gone on, my YouTube scripts have just taken me 60 seconds, literally 60 seconds done. So then our effort now is to focus on the actual creative itself. Right, well, that's the 2 days wrapped up. It is quite tough doing this back-to-back mastermind straight into back-to-back filming, but it is also quite enjoyable because it changes what I'm basically doing on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis, and it's mint, obviously, just getting into the office and speaking to people. So for the rest of the day now, I've got a live group call, so I do 3 live group calls a week. So I have a Propelled Mastermind on a Tuesday morning, and then I have a Sales Lab on a Tuesday afternoon, and then I also do a Breakthrough Room on a Thursday, which is going to be more on like mindset, client retention, product quality and everything else on that side. So I always look forward to these group calls, which is going to be with the full community. And then also I've got a custom one-to-one client build with a few of their AI systems this afternoon. And it's actually my birthday tomorrow. I'm 31, so I should have done a post which is 31 life lessons in 31 years. So if you follow me on Instagram, give that one a read because I'm sure it'll be decent and interesting.